Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You are too.
Celine Dion. I want to talk about Celine Dion.
Rock star.
She had a performance at the Olympic ceremonies that was... She's just awesome. First of all, she's an awesome performer. However, when you get to know the backstory and what she's been going through personally, it takes it to a whole different level.
It really does. And we just got through watching the documentary that talked about, is it stiff person syndrome?
Yes, where her muscles, it's a neurological disease that she was diagnosed with a couple years ago. She started, as she was performing in Vegas, she started to notice that she was having a hard time hitting the higher notes when she would sing. And it was because the vocal muscles were starting to tense up and she wasn't able to really just let it fly like she normally would every day of her life, right?
Yeah. And she would just go in and try to figure it out. And then doctors finally said, oh, this is
you have this
so
disease.
Rare.
And she actually, during her documentary, you actually see she's been going through like these seizures and really scary moments where she loses her control of almost every muscle in her body. It's been really, really, there's been times when she's had trouble walking and
it takes over.
Trouble breathing. It takes over. And when you feed into it, then it even becomes more so.
Yeah. And the more you think about
panic and there's
the more you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel it coming on. And you start feeding that feeling. It's like, then it just kind of exacerbates it.
However, she made a very rare appearance at the Olympic ceremonies.
It's like her comeback appearance, right?
Because she's been fighting this day in and day out. And the reason I bring it up is because she made a statement after her performance. And she said, I showed up because this is my home country of France. And this is really the Olympic story. It's about perseverance. It's about overcoming. It's about saying, you know what? I'm going to do what I love and I'm going to fight the pain and the suffering. And I'm resilient. I am resilient. And that's what every athlete can relate to that.
Oh, yeah. You've got an injury, you've got a sprained ankle, all these things that you battle through.
Or even the sacrifices that they make so that they can get to the gym or get into the pool or get into the...
You fight through all the I can'ts.
Yes.
And say, I am going to.
I am.
Doing.
It's about I am.
Oh my gosh. I am is such a powerful statement.
I am. And so seeing Celine Dion up there, it just reminded me that it doesn't matter if you're an athlete or not. Our life is an Olympic sport.
Yeah. And we get to choose whether we want to be in the arena or not.
We show up every day and we have choices to make.
Yeah. Every moment's a choice point. You either get to choose, okay, I am going to treat my life like it matters, like I'm an Olympic, like it's an Olympic event.
Like I'm going for gold.
Like I am, or I'm not.
My dreams are standing on that podium with a medal.
Yeah.
That is my dream.
I want to make it to the podium.
Now, not literally. However, we all treat our dreams like, okay, this is the gold. Our dreams are the gold that we are all headed toward. It's our North Star. That's what we can consider our gold medal, correct?
Yeah. And I would say that actually just getting out every morning and doing the activities to get us there is that worthwhile experience of saying, I showed up. I was in the game. And that's like, I got goosebumps.
I did too.
Because you want to feel, I would hate to get to the end of life and go, God, I wasn't even in the game.
I didn't show up to practice.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I didn't even try.
Like,
I sat on the sideline saying, put me in, coach, and then come up with excuses why not to actually go in when I kept getting called.
Oh my gosh. That just gave me an aha moment right now.
Because I feel like we get called all the time. Like we have these insights. We have these aha moments of, oh my gosh, wouldn't this be great? Wouldn't this be wonderful if? And then we never lean into it. It's like coach is calling and saying.
That's why we celebrate the athletes, because they have chosen what their sport is or what they're going to be great at, and they show up. They are consistent. They play full out. They believe in themselves. They go all in. It's this or
and it's not easy.
Oh my gosh.
And there, Alex Hormozy has this analogy of, if you want to make a tough, resilient human being, do you sit him down in front of a table and just give him a bunch of sweets and a bunch of like this big spread of food, make life really easy for them? No.
You learn to work for it.
You learn to work for it. You go out and hunt it down. You earn it. Yeah. You do the things that get it, that make it happen. And then you get the resilience, you get the tenacity, you get the wherewithal to go out there and take the bull by the balls.
So I guess the question is, how do you dig deeper? How do you dig for that will, that motivation, that inspiration? How do you dig for that? Because it is within all of us. We just have to find it ourselves. And sometimes it's easier for other people to access than it is.
I think it's finding what you want from a place of love instead of from a place of proving someone else wrong, or proving that you're better than, or proving that you're worth it. Because a lot of times if I wanted to prove that I could do something so that you could see me in a different light, mm-hmm. I would get to the end. I could prove it to you, mm-hmm. but at the end of it, I wouldn't feel any more valuable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
it's getting true.
But if I said, what do I really want? Like, what would life be like if I just closed my eyes and I said, how would I create the world if I made it my perfect world? Mm-hmm. I would spend time with you on a daily basis.
Yes, I know. I love that. I love that too.
And would
be my perfect world.
We would go dance, and we would have fun. We would laugh a lot. We would do a podcast. Like,
maybe we can have people help us with some of the behind the scenes work.
And we're building that. So I have this vision of what the back of the house looks like. So we're not always doing it ourselves, but it's building those things of how I want my perfect environment and ecosystem to look like from what I want, mm-hmm. instead of trying to prove I can be better than someone else, or try to do something that looks like what someone else is doing that makes them happy.
Okay, so let's tie this all back into Celine Dion, because her greatest love, I believe that she has two values.
Is one of them.
Singing, she loves to sing. And her other value is love. If you really follow her story, it's been about love. And when she sings about love, so it's almost like she found a skill and then she tied it to an emotion of love. And then when she did face obstacles and challenges, for example, 2 years ago when she was diagnosed with this disease, she said, this isn't going to stop me.
Yeah. I feel like in the documentary, there was a scene when she was like 9 or 10 years old, and she smiled at the camera and she said, I want to be a world famous singer. Mm-hmm. And then she had this like angelic little smile. Like, it may never happen, but this is what I would love. Mm-hmm. And then she just kind of leaned in and said, all right, this might be able to happen if I do the things, if I show up on the field every day, mm-hmm. if I put in the work, if I show up with tenacity, if I don't let things get in my way. And what happened? I mean, she just started showing up. Like,
she's connected on a spiritual level.
She went through her curriculum.
On a higher level.
And she's still going through her curriculum.
She is still going through her curriculum. And it almost feels like the right place, the right time, the right circumstances all came together for her to make this comeback performance in her home country with the world watching. And she was great.
She is
I mean,
so
you
good.
could not even tell that she has been dealing with everything that she's been doing behind the scenes. I get chills. Just, first of all, I love her. I love her.
And
You know, there were nights when the wind
was so cold.
I mean,
But she's still living lucky.
right? She is.
And
She's
she's
the
going through
epitome
that.
of living
And
lucky.
I bet you she would say right now that she's going through this stiff person syndrome because it's such a rare disease, it is a disease.
Mhm.
And
It's almost like cosmic.
so that and it's part of her curriculum because she has this platform,
Mhm.
and it can bring awareness and show people that have it that they don't have to be stopped. They don't have to be
And not only
completely
people who
debilitated.
have it, but people who are just going through
Anything.
a tough time.
Yeah, because we all have something. And if we don't have it right now in the moment, we're going to face something. And then we have the power and we have it within us to get over and through anything.
And I know this sounds crazy, but yeah, it's almost cosmic karma. Like, you know, she has built such a big platform that it is almost divine that she goes through this, and it's almost testing her and helping her grow.
Yeah, too often we think the person is an overnight success. Absolutely, there's no such thing. And then B, we look at them and think, oh, well, they've got it all.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has their things. Everyone
Right.
has their issues. Everyone
Right.
has
the
the
love
things
of her life.
that
Her
they're
husband
fighting through
died.
all the time. Like we're
Yes.
all in our spiritual curriculum every single day. And it's just some people say, this is what I'm going through. And I
Well,
want to share that with you.
I just, knowing a little bit of
And
her
they show it gracefully
backstory,
and powerfully.
yeah, it was almost like a triumphant moment for her. It was a beautiful performance. However, when you know the resilience and the perseverance and all of the hard work, she's been fighting for her health. Her health is her gold medal. And to me, it just was a beautiful story in itself.
Well, she gets the gold medal from us.
Yay!
Keep living lucky, Celine,
for
and
joining
keep living
us.
lucky, everyone out there.
Yeah, Celine, if you're listening.
She's listening.
There were nights when the wind was so cold. Love you guys. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.